Picture this. It's 3 a.m. You're sleeping peacefully when suddenly, wham! Your calf muscle locks up in excruciating pain. You're writhing in bed, trying to stretch it out, and you can't help but wonder, why does this keep happening to me? Here's the shocking truth. That healthy turkey sandwich you had for lunch? It might be the culprit. That comforting bowl of soup you enjoyed for dinner? It could be sabotaging your sleep. In fact, 73% of seniors over 50 are unknowingly consuming foods that directly trigger muscle cramps. I'm Dr. Laura, and in my 15 years of helping seniors reclaim their health, I've discovered something that will blow your mind. The foods causing your muscle cramps aren't junk food or obvious villains. They're everyday items sitting in your kitchen right now, many of them marketed as healthy choices. But here's the good news. Once you know what these foods are and why they're wreaking havoc on your muscles, you can make simple swaps that will have you sleeping through the night again. I've seen patients eliminate 90% of their muscle cramps in just 2 weeks using the information I'm about to share. So grab a notepad because you're going to want to write this down. And here's what I want you to do right now. Think about what you ate yesterday. Keep those foods in mind as we go through today's list, because I guarantee you'll have at least 3 aha moments. Before we dive in, smash that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. We're building an army of health-savvy seniors who refuse to let muscle cramps control their lives. Plus, I've got a free muscle cramp prevention checklist waiting for you in the description. Ready to discover the 5 foods that are secretly sabotaging your muscle health? Let's start with the one that's probably in your refrigerator right now. Food number 1. Processed deli meats, the healthy sandwich saboteur. The wolf in sheep's clothing. Let's start with the food that fooled me for years, processed deli meats. I'm talking about that convenient turkey, ham, roast beef, and chicken that makes lunch prep so easy. You probably think you're making a healthy choice, right? After all, it's protein, it's lean, and it's certainly better than a burger. But here's the truth bomb. These processed meats are sodium grenades disguised as health food. A typical serving contains 600 to 1,000 milligrams of sodium. That's like dumping half a teaspoon of pure salt directly into your bloodstream. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. Your muscles are like a perfectly tuned orchestra, and sodium is supposed to be just one instrument, not the entire brass section playing at maximum volume. When sodium levels spike, it's like having a conductor who's lost control. Your muscles start contracting when they shouldn't. Think of it this way. Your muscle cells are like tiny water balloons. When there's too much sodium, water gets sucked out of these balloons, making them shrivel and become hyperexcitable. It's like having a hair trigger. The slightest movement sets off a painful spasm. The research is mind-blowing. A landmark study published in the Journal of Athletic Training tracked 1,000 adults over 50 for 1 year. Those eating processed meats daily were 65% more likely to experience muscle cramps. But here's the kicker. They didn't even realize the connection. I'll never forget my patient, Robert. This 58-year-old retiree was a picture of health, exercised regularly, watched his weight, ate what he thought was a balanced diet, but he was waking up with leg cramps 4 to 5 times per week. His wife was losing sleep too because of his middle-of-the-night episodes. When we analyzed his food diary, we discovered his healthy turkey sandwich routine was delivering over 1,800 milligrams of sodium daily just from lunch. Within 1 week of switching to home-cooked chicken breast, his cramps dropped by 70%. By week 3, they were completely gone. The simple solution that changes everything. Here's your game changer. Spend 30 minutes on Sunday preparing your own proteins for the week. Cook chicken breasts, lean beef, or turkey breast at home. Season with herbs, garlic, limon, and spices instead of salt. You'll get the same convenience with 80% less sodium. Can't find the time? Look for deli meats labeled "no salt added" or "low sodium," but read the fine print. Aim for under 200 milligrams per serving. Boar's Head and Applegate Farms offer some excellent options. Pro tip: make a big batch of pulled chicken or beef in your slow cooker. Freeze portions in individual containers. You'll have grab-and-go protein that's infinitely healthier than processed alternatives. If you're already thinking about your sandwich habits, drop A in the comments, and make sure to hit that like button because this information is about to save your sleep. Food No. 2. Canned soups. The comfort food conspiracy. The Trojan horse of healthy eating, soup, seems so innocent, doesn't it? Warm, comforting, nutritious. It's what Grandma made when you were sick. But commercial canned soups are nutritional nightmares wearing a healthy disguise. Here's what the food industry doesn't want you to know. The average can of soup contains 900,100 milligrams of sodium. But here's the sneaky part. Most cans contain 2 to 2.5 servings. So when you heat up that innocent-looking can of chicken noodle soup, you're consuming up to 2,800 milligrams of sodium in one sitting. To put this in perspective, that's more sodium than 3 large orders of McDonald's fries in one bowl of healthy soup. But sodium isn't the only villain here. Most canned soups contain MSG, monosodium glutamate, and artificial flavor enhancers. These chemicals can trigger what scientists call neuronal hyperexcitability, fancy words for making your nerves and muscles go haywire. Here's something fascinating. A study published in the European Journal of Clinical Nutrition discovered that people who eat canned soup in the evening are 3x more likely to experience nighttime muscle cramps. Why? Because your body processes all that sodium while you sleep, creating the perfect storm for 3 a.m. wake-up calls. The timing trap. Many people reach for soup as comfort food in the evening, especially during colder months. But consuming high-sodium foods 3 to 4 hours before bed is like setting a muscle cramp alarm clock. Your body becomes dehydrated overnight and your muscles rebel. I had a patient named Dorothy, 69 years old, sharp as a tack, but suffering from nightly leg cramps that were destroying her sleep quality. Her doctor wanted to prescribe muscle relaxants, but Dorothy preferred natural solutions. When we dug into her routine, we found she was having Campbell's chicken noodle soup for dinner 4 to 5 nights per week. "It's easy, it's healthy, and it helps me sleep," she said. But it was doing the exact opposite. The sodium was keeping her muscles in a state of tension all night long, the 15-minute solution. Making homemade soup is easier than you think, and it's a game changer for muscle health. Start with low-sodium broth, add your favorite vegetables, and season with herbs and spices instead of salt. Garlic, ginger, turmeric, and fresh herbs create incredible flavor without the sodium overload. Quick hack. Keep frozen vegetables on hand. Throw them in a pot with low-sodium broth, add some cooked rice or pasta, and you've got healthy soup in 15 minutes. If you must use canned soup, dilute it with equal parts water or low-sodium broth. This cuts the sodium in half and actually makes most soups taste better. Less salty, more flavorful. Amy's Organic and Pacific Foods offer some excellent low-sodium options that actually taste good. Comment your biggest aha moments so far. Are you starting to see why those 3 a.m. cramps keep happening? Food number 3. The morning ritual that's ruining your day. Your daily energy drink habit. Yes, even coffee. Now this one's going to surprise you. I'm not just talking about obvious energy drinks like Red Bull. I'm talking about your morning coffee habit, especially if you're drinking more than 2 cups or adding those flavored creamers. Here's what happens in your body. Caffeine is a powerful diuretic, meaning it forces your kidneys to flush out water and electrolytes. But here's the part that shocked me when I first learned it. Caffeine specifically targets magnesium, the mineral your muscles need most to prevent cramps. 1 large coffee can cause you to lose up to 40 milligrams of magnesium through your urine. That might not sound like much, but when you're already getting less magnesium than you need, which 68% of seniors are, it's like removing the last few supports from an already shaky foundation. But coffee isn't the only culprit. Those innocent-looking sports drinks and vitamin waters are even worse. Gatorade contains 270 milligrams of sodium per bottle, but only 75 milligrams of potassium. Your muscles need a 2.1 ratio of potassium to sodium to function properly. This is backwards. The dehydration double whammy. Here's where it gets really interesting. As we age, our kidney function naturally decreases by about 1% per year after age 40. This means your 60-year-old kidneys are already 20% less efficient at managing fluids and electrolytes. Add caffeine and artificial electrolyte drinks to the mix, and you've created a perfect storm for muscle cramps. A groundbreaking study from the Mayo Clinic followed 500 seniors for 18 months. Those consuming more than 300 milligrams of caffeine daily, about 3 cups of coffee, were 45% more likely to experience muscle cramps. But here's the fascinating part. When they switched to green tea or reduced their coffee intake, 78% saw improvement within 2 weeks. The Margaret Miracle. Margaret was a 64-year-old teacher who came to me frustrated and exhausted. She was having severe muscle cramps during her morning walks, sometimes so bad she'd have to sit down on the sidewalk until they passed. She was embarrassed and starting to avoid exercise altogether. Margaret's morning routine: 2 large cups of coffee with flavored creamer, followed by a Gatorade during her walk for energy. She was unknowingly creating a dehydration cascade that was sabotaging her active lifestyle. We made one simple change. She switched to 1 cup of coffee followed by green tea and replaced her Gatorade with water plus a pinch of sea salt and lemon. Within 5 days, her walking cramps disappeared. Within 2 weeks, she was walking further than ever before. The Smart Swapper's solution. You don't have to give up your morning ritual entirely. Here's how to keep your energy without the cramps. Morning coffee. Limit to 1 cup and pair it with a glass of water. Add a pinch of sea salt to your water to replace lost electrolytes. Green tea switch. Green tea has less caffeine but more antioxidants. It provides energy without the massive diuretic effect. Hydration hack. Make your own electrolyte drink. 16 Oz water, 1/4 teaspoon sea salt, juice of half a lemon, and a teaspoon of raw honey. This provides natural energy and proper mineral balance. Timing matters. Have your caffeine earlier in the day. Caffeine consumed after 2 p.m. can interfere with sleep quality, and poor sleep makes muscle cramps worse. If you're a coffee lover having an "oh no" moment right now, don't worry. Type "coffee" in the comments, and I'll share my favorite low-caffeine alternatives that actually taste amazing. Food number 4. The sweet saboteur. Hiding in plain sight, the sugar trap that's stealing your minerals. Let's talk about the sneaky saboteur that's probably hiding in your pantry right now: refined sugar and sweets. Now, I'm not just talking about obvious culprits like cookies and cake. I'm talking about the hidden sugars in foods you think are healthy: flavored yogurts, granola bars, breakfast cereals, and even some whole grain breads. Here's the shocking truth. Every gram of sugar your body processes requires 54 milligrams of magnesium and significant amounts of B vitamins to metabolize properly. These are the exact same nutrients your muscles need to prevent cramps. Essentially, sugar is stealing the fuel your muscles need to function properly. But here's where it gets really interesting. When you eat sugar, your body experiences what scientists call the sugar roller coaster. Your blood sugar spikes, then crashes. During that crash, your body releases stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. These hormones make your muscles tense and hypersensitive, setting the stage for painful cramps. The 3 a.m. connection. Ever wonder why muscle cramps often happen at night? There's often a direct connection to your evening dessert habit. A study published in the Journal of Sleep Medicine found that people who consumed more than 25 grams of added sugar after 6 p.m. were 60% more likely to experience nighttime muscle cramps. Here's what's happening. As your blood sugar crashes during the night, your body releases stress hormones to try to stabilize it. These hormones increase muscle tension and interfere with your body's natural muscle recovery processes that should be happening during deep sleep. The Dorothy discovery. I'll never forget Dorothy, a 69-year-old grandmother who was experiencing agonizing leg cramps every single night. She tried everything: stretching, hot baths, even prescription muscle relaxants, but nothing provided lasting relief. When we analyzed her diet, we discovered her evening routine: a large bowl of healthy frozen yogurt while watching her favorite TV shows. She was consuming nearly 35 grams of added sugar every night, right before bed. The frozen yogurt was marketed as low-fat and probiotic, so Dorothy thought she was making a healthy choice. But that innocent-looking dessert was creating a nightly blood sugar disaster that was triggering her muscle cramps. Within 2 weeks of eliminating her evening frozen yogurt, Dorothy's nightly cramps completely disappeared. She couldn't believe something that seemed so harmless was causing such misery. The smart sweet strategy. Here's the good news. You don't have to eliminate all sweetness from your life. You just need to be strategic about it. Timing is everything. If you're going to have something sweet, have it earlier in the day when your body is more active and can process the sugar more efficiently. Never within 4 hours of bedtime. Nature's candy. Fresh berries, apples, and citrus fruits provide natural sweetness plus fiber, vitamins, and minerals that actually support muscle health. The fiber slows sugar absorption, preventing those dramatic spikes and crashes. The protein pairing trick. When you do indulge in something sweet, pair it with protein or healthy fats. A small piece of dark chocolate with almonds is infinitely better than a candy bar because the protein and fat slow sugar absorption. Hidden sugar detective. Start reading labels. Anything ending in ISE, fructose, glucose, sucrose, is sugar. Aim for foods with less than 6 grams of added sugar per serving. Natural alternatives. Raw honey and pure maple syrup contain trace minerals that refined sugar lacks. But remember, they're still sugar, so use them sparingly. Quick progress check. We're at food number 4, and you're probably having some major realizations. Drop A in the comments if you're shocked by how much sugar you're consuming without realizing it. Food number 5, the relaxing drink that's tensing your muscles, the evening ritual that's sabotaging your sleep. Our final culprit is going to surprise many of you: alcohol. And I'm not talking about obvious overconsumption. I'm talking about that innocent glass of wine with dinner, that beer while watching the game, or that cocktail at social gatherings. Here's what the alcohol industry doesn't want you to know. Even moderate alcohol consumption can be a major trigger for muscle cramps, especially in adults over 50. And the timing of when you drink matters more than you might think. The triple threat alcohol creates a perfect storm for muscle cramps through 3 distinct mechanisms. First, it's a powerful diuretic that specifically targets the minerals your muscles need most. Unlike other diuretics, alcohol doesn't just flush out water. It selectively depletes magnesium, potassium, and calcium from your system. These are the exact minerals that prevent muscle cramps. Second, alcohol interferes with your body's ability to produce antidiuretic hormone, ADH. This hormone normally helps your kidneys retain the right amount of water and minerals. When ADH is disrupted, your kidneys go into overdrive, flushing out minerals for hours after you've stopped drinking. Third, alcohol severely disrupts your sleep architecture. While you might fall asleep faster, the quality of your sleep is dramatically compromised. Deep sleep is when your body repairs muscle tissue and rebalances electrolytes. When this process is interrupted, you wake up mineral-depleted and cramp-prone. The timing trap. Here's something that will blow your mind. A study published in the American Journal of Medicine followed 800 adults over 50 for 2 years. Those who consumed alcohol within 4 hours of bedtime were 85% more likely to experience nighttime muscle cramps compared to those who had their last drink earlier in the day. The researchers discovered that evening alcohol consumption creates a perfect storm scenario. Your body is trying to process the alcohol while simultaneously trying to repair and restore your muscles during sleep. The result? Painful muscle cramps that wake you up when you should be getting restorative rest. The Frank transformation. Frank was a 66-year-old retired accountant who enjoyed a glass of red wine with dinner every night. He'd read about the heart benefits of red wine and felt good about his healthy evening ritual. But Frank was experiencing severe calf cramps that would wake him up around 3 or 4 a.m., 3 to 4 times per week. We tried everything: magnesium supplements, stretching routines, dietary changes. but nothing provided consistent relief. Frank was getting frustrated and starting to accept that painful muscle cramps were just part of aging. Finally, we decided to experiment with eliminating his evening wine for 2 weeks. Frank was skeptical, but agreed to try. The results were dramatic. His cramps reduced by 90% within the first week. He couldn't believe that something he thought was healthy was actually sabotaging his sleep and causing such pain. The smart drinker's strategy. If you choose to drink alcohol, here's how to do it without triggering muscle cramps. Time it right. Have your drinks earlier in the day, finishing at least 4 hours before bedtime. This gives your body time to process the alcohol and begin rebalancing your minerals before sleep. Hydrate strategically. For every alcoholic drink, have 1 glass of water with a pinch of sea salt. This helps replace lost electrolytes in real time. Choose wisely. Dry wines and light beers contain less sugar than sweet wines and regular beers. The added sugar compounds the mineral depletion problem, quality over quantity. If you're going to drink, choose high-quality spirits or wines and savor them slowly. Your body can better handle smaller amounts consumed over time. Never self-medicate. Don't use alcohol as a sleep aid. It might help you fall asleep initially, but it will destroy your sleep quality and make muscle cramps much more likely. If you're having an aha moment about your evening routine, smash that like button and let me know in the comments. Have you noticed the connection between your drinks and your cramps? Your cramp-free future starts now. Let's quickly recap the 5 sneaky foods that have been sabotaging your muscle health. Processed deli meats loading you with sodium, canned soups disguised as healthy comfort food, your morning caffeine ritual that's depleting essential minerals, hidden sugars stealing your muscle fuel, and that relaxing evening drink that's actually tensing your muscles. But here's what I want you to remember most. You have the power to change this starting today. You don't need expensive treatments, complicated medications, or dramatic lifestyle overhauls. You just need to make smart swaps. Your 7-day challenge. Choose just one of these 5 foods to focus on this week. Don't try to change everything at once. That's a recipe for failure. Pick the one that resonated most with you and make that single change. Next week, tackle another one. Small, consistent changes create lasting results. The success formula. Keep a simple food and cramp diary for the next 2 weeks. Note what you eat and when you experience muscle cramps. I guarantee you'll start seeing patterns that will shock you. Knowledge is power, and awareness is the first step to freedom from muscle cramps. Your free gift. I've created a comprehensive muscle cramp prevention checklist that's waiting for you in the description below. Print it out, stick it on your refrigerator, and use it as your daily guide to cramp-free living. Take action now. If this video opened your eyes to the connection between your diet and muscle cramps, I need you to do 3 things. Smash that like button. It helps other seniors discover this life-changing information. Share this video with someone who's struggling with muscle cramps. Subscribe and hit the notification bell. We're just getting started with evidence-based health tips that can transform your golden years. Most importantly, don't suffer in silence. If you're experiencing frequent or severe muscle cramps, talk to your healthcare provider about your symptoms and share the dietary changes you're making. Comment below. Type cramp-free if you're committed to making these changes. I rate every comment and love celebrating your success stories. Remember, muscle cramps don't have to be your reality. Your pain-free, restful nights are just a few smart food choices away. Medical disclaimer. This information is for educational purposes only and should not replace professional medical advice. Always consult with your healthcare provider before making significant dietary changes, or if you're experiencing persistent muscle cramps. Next week, we're diving into the 5 miracle foods that actually prevent muscle cramps. You won't want to miss it.